In this episode of Comic Book Savant, I review Season 2 of Iron Fist on Netflix. Welcome back to the Comic Book Savant YouTube channel. I'm your host, James Harris. If you're unfamiliar with me, I'm a comic book podcaster that has started doing content over on YouTube for you guys to be a resource if at all possible. So if you're unfamiliar with the channel and you like the content, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This episode in particular, I'm going to be doing a television review on Marvel's Netflix Iron Fist Season 2. Now, if you guys have seen any reviews or tried to watch the series at all, Iron Fist did not have the best start in Season 1. It was pretty awful. But I have to say off the bat in the review that the show has greatly improved. So if you started watching Season 1 of Iron Fist, or you did watch it and you didn't care for it that much, don't let that discourage you from watching Season 2. I was pleasantly surprised by the outcome. They have a new showrunner, Scott Buck. He was the showrunner for Season 1 of Iron Fist. He was removed shortly after it came out, and then he also jumped over and did Season 1 of Inhumans that immediately got canceled after the first season. So they removed him and they brought on Raven Metzner, if I pronounced that correctly, as the showrunner. That change alone has made a big difference in the overall quality, balance, and storytelling of the series. It is like literally a night and day transformation from Season 1 to Season 2. The performances, everything was raised up a notch. The production seemed way more stable, though I wish they would kind of Netflix and Marvel would decide to put a little bit more money behind the production, because now we're getting so many seasons and they're all shot on location there in New York. But you can see it's starting to wear that they're using a lot of the same locations from the different shows, and that they're just being repurposed or redressed over and over again. So you're saying like, oh, this is from Punisher. They use this location in Punisher. Oh, they use this location in Daredevil. You're seeing it over and over again. You're becoming innately familiar that they're shooting in the same places, but just kind of dressing them up slightly different. But all in all, it's great performances by the main cast. Finn Jones. I said Finn Baker. Finn Jones has greatly improved from Season 1 to Season 2. You know, he's had cameos from right after Season 1 of Iron Fist came out. They had Defenders, as well as he did a cameo in Luke Cage Season 2, and he's improving in the role, but he's still probably, out of all the leads that they have in the Marvel Netflix series, he's the weakest of the other lead characters. When you look at Daredevil with Charlie Cox, Jessica Jones with Christian Ritter, Luke Cage with Mike Coulter, Punisher with John. His name is escaping me. John Bernthal, excuse me. Oh, wow. The leads are extremely strong. I feel like he's the weakest lead, but they address that by playing to his strengths, I feel, more so in this season. So the show has a way more balance to it. It's a pleasant viewing experience from top to bottom. They also learn from the mistakes of Season 1, where it was 13 episodes. They cut this down to 10, which it fits. It's a lot quicker view. They keep the pace and the action going relatively smoothly. You don't feel like there's any filler or fluff in this. Nothing really drags on. Again, it moves at a good tempo and pace throughout Episode 1 to Episode 10. I viewed the whole series in two sittings. First sitting, I watched about 2.5 episodes. Second sitting, I watched the other 7.5 episodes, and like time flew by. It's a thoroughly pleasant experience. Like I said, some great performances that I don't want to spoil for you guys. But like I said, don't be discouraged. I know Season 1 was not good if you were even able to get through it. I actually watched all of Season 1, and I was really on the fence going into this season. I had no expectations going in, and immediately, I'd probably say episode 2 to 3, it picked up and it just ran, and it really got me fully invested. I'm like a full fan of this show going forward, and the things they set up in this season for seasons to come, and the character arcs are really good. This was like the worst Marvel Netflix show. I literally said in a podcast review I did for season 1 of Iron Fist, I said it is by far the worst Marvel Netflix show, and it went from the worst that it's one of the top shows coming off of just a season change. Again, changing that showrunner, I felt like made a huge difference in the overall quality, the balance, and the pacing of the show. So definitely, if you have a moment to check this out, this is a quick thing you can knock out over a weekend. Like I said, you can probably watch it in 2 viewings, or even break it up, watch an episode here and there. But I feel like once you sit down and you really get into the story, you can knock it out in 1 sitting or 2. So over a weekend, break it up 5 episodes and 5 episodes. You can get through it relatively quick, and I don't think you'll regret your time viewing it. This is my review of, again, Iron Fist Season 2. I hope you enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, like I said earlier, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is not the only content that I do. I do all types of other television show reviews. I will put a link up here in the corner that you'll have a link to the playlist of all my other television reviews. I also do trade paperback reviews, comic book reviews, comic book movie reviews. I also have a series that's a how-to in collecting comics. So it's like an educational how-to series that I do, which is called the Comic Book Collector's Guide. I have a playlist for that as well on the channel. So I have a lot of different content, just giving information and being a resource for comic book fans in general. So I'll have links to everything down below. Also, if you haven't and you're already subscribed to the channel, click the bell notification down below, so you'll be notified when new content drops. I pretty much consistently drop content twice a week. Sometimes it's only once a week, but I'm pretty consistent in dropping at least 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you click the bell notification down below, you'll know exactly when new content drops on the channel. Also, if you know someone that hasn't watched the series and you want to kind of give them a non-spoilery perspective of it, don't forget to tag this, share it out on social media. That helps it get out to more people, which I greatly appreciate it. Down below, let me know if you watched Iron Fist Season 1 or not, and if you enjoyed it or not. And if you had a chance, or if you've already watched Season 2 of Iron Fist, let me know down below as well if you enjoyed the season. What were your thoughts on the episodes of the season below? And try to keep it non-spoilery, because again, this is a non-spoiler review. We don't want to ruin it for people that are coming to determine if they're going to watch the show or not. So leave comments down below, and that's all I have for you guys for this episode of Comic Book Savant. Again, I'm your host, James Harris, and I will see you guys next time for another review. See you soon, and take care.